And the issue there is basically how do we survive despite the fact that we're not holding hands with each other, not face to face. By the way, the virtual leadership was not exactly a flattering statement before, prior to the pandemic, because oftentimes it's being referred to as someone who's acting in proxy. Meron siyang kapalit or in absentia. So that's what the term the virtual leadership was before. And it changed drastically because we have to adapt to the situation. Let me share my screen with you right now. There you go. We're going to talk about something that this lady, let me introduce the lady to you. That's her, Penny Pullen. She is from England, a British citizen. She founded a project called Making Projects Work Limited in 2007. By the way, the book became a template for a lot of organizations, parang checklist yan lumabas eh, who are trying to be able to implement a program wherein you only show up in the office when needed. It also became that during at any time of the week, if you're needed, you must be available. So she is a renowned expert in virtual hybrid. That's what actually is mentioned here, virtual hybrid. The author of a book, top 5 books, virtual leadership, practical strategies for getting the best out of virtual work and virtual teams. It seems it is her specialty. No one comes close to the program, also rather tips she actually provided for us, because she is doing it. She did it through scratch. There was no reference for her. She started everything, the details, and how it will work for other people coming from different background. She also described who a virtual leader is. And it tells us basically is the one who oversees team members working in different locations or time zones. The challenge is already you are working from different locations. Now there's a second challenge. Someone is in midnight and you're in morning or umaga. So as you notice, iba yung tulog sa gabi, iba yung tulog sa araw. And you're going to force people to work in the time that basically dapat natutulog sila. So sabi, virtual leaders usually rely on technology to communicate with remote employees and delegate tasks or responsibilities. Ang pinakamahirap dito is basically, how do I monitor yung performance ng tao when it comes to virtually? It's also very good for our business right now because we are really dispersed, so to speak. We come from different background. We work with people coming from all across the globe. And sometimes we're receiving mentorship program for people that actually are literally should be in bed, but are teaching us in the Philippines because we need that program for our improvements. Sabi niya, why is virtual leadership important? Well, that's a big issue right now. Why is it important? Because it's there. We have to, nabanggit niya ni Ryan, things have changed as far as running the organization is concerned. Sabi niya, and the most important is re-imaging virtual. Sabi niya, the concept of virtual means meron siyang collaboration among geographical dispersed teams. Please remember this word, dispersed teams. I will repeat about 3 times some of the words because they're very important in this session, especially if you're a technical guy. About achieving shared goals regardless of physical distance. The staff, because of the many discomfort that you actually are able to you have to go through every time you actually perform virtually. Let's take a look at the second one. Sabi niya, universal success factors. No matter where you are, the factors success factors will remain the same. Like the shared common elements, such as clear vision, importante po ito, parehas kayo ng pananaw sa buhay, transparent communication, that means people can still see if you're for real from the tone of your voice. Dati kasi, from the eyes and your facial expression and your body language, they can see if you're transparent or not. Now, you're limited to a few skills that you have to go through. And diverse skill sets, that means you have to work with people coming from different orientation. In commitment, collaboration, and also focus are critical. These are the universal factors, regardless of whether you're working face-to-face or virtually. So I hope you guys will remember that one. and try to grade yourself later on, basically, if for these items, where do I fall on? What is my rating? And sabi niya dito yung motivating virtually, this is difficult part. Kasi maraming distorted views because of where we are situated with. Sabi niya, motivated by autonomy, that means you're able to work singularly. You do not have to be monitored by someone because that's difficult to do. You have to also master the skills because in the past, your parang help desk mo is nasa kabilang kwarto lang. Wala nang ganun eh. Sometimes your help desk actually has lost communication with you because of the internet connection. And also, dapat maliwanag yung purpose. This is based on the Daniel Spinks principle from Drive, providing control, support for growth, and meaningful visions are crucial. Dapat meaningful ang visions nyo. It is not only designed because it's good. You have to do it. But because it's internally, alam mo yun. Ano? Ito siya. Sabi niya, yung cultural awareness. Ang importante also is the norms around timekeeping ito. Yung iba kasi nalilate, common sa kanila yan. Yun ang norm nila. Yung iba, they hate it so much when you are late by 30 seconds, it upsets them. So magkaiba kayo ng norm eh. The humor also plays a most important part because you have to be able to lighten the discussion dito, no? And also the communication styles. Ang importante nga is to be able to make sure that you actually, ang tawag nila, humanization of conversation. As much as possible, you talk in common terms that people will understand. Ang sinasabi nga nila, if you a third grader can understand you, you got it made. Balikan ko lang yun. If third grader can understand you, you've got it made. Beyond that one, you are nababawasan yung audience learning nila because you are complicating the things. Malayo na nga, mahirap pang intindihin yung English. Sabi niya, hierarchy and face-saving is essential for effective leadership. That means you're able to you do not humiliate anyone because of failure to understand you are. Dati kasi ang communication natin, not only verbal, but merong yung physical, yung emotions. Naintindihan ka doon. Ngayon, nawala bigla yun eh. Kaya importante ang tone of voice mo also when you're doing a virtual. Hindi pwedeng flat, tutulugan ka ng tao eh. So, importante yan. Ano yung number 5 natin? The challenge of virtual work. There we are. Sabi niya, virtual work presents unique challenges. Yung asynchronous communication across multiple time zones, mahirap to. We work with guys from the United States. We also work with people actually from other time zones. That means meron fewer spontaneous interactions kasi nga wala physically, hindi mo nakikita yung tao eh. And difficulties in building trust and resolving conflicts. Oftentimes, a conflict can be settled by the eyes pa lang. Nagkatinginan kayo, na-areglo na. A handshake solves the problem. Nawala bigla yun eh. You are limited by your own personal skills when it comes to resolving conflicts and also building trust. Like all of a sudden, nawala yung picture ng kausap mo eh. You don't know if the person is present or not or doing something else. So yung trust actually goes down a lot. Mas mahirap yun eh, no? So you know, challenges of virtual work. Now, the other one is managing technology, of course. Paano kung nakating yung internet connection mo? Yung bandwidth mo mababa? At the same time, also nagpa-fluctuate yung kuryente. Biglang umulan, kumidlat, nawala yung signal mo. You have to go back and build yung inyong perspective again. Sabi niya, effective leadership, leveraging technology to enhance communication and collaboration. Importante po itong word na to, collaboration. Please think about this one, not just for the sake of using it. That means the technology has got to be there. It must be able to perform a few functions for you. You use it to the hilt so that you're able to enhance communication. So kung struggling, parang merong crackling sound, nakaka-disturb sa sa focus. Madali kang ma-disrupt yung focus mo when using virtually. Unlike yung sa face-to-face, maski magkaroon ka ng interaction ng konti, nakikita kayo ng tao, nakikita mo eh. In this case, kind of different. Tingnan natin, engaging virtual meetings. Sabi niya, virtual meetings can be tedious. So plan for interactivity. That means prior to engagement, meron ka rin iniisip, paano if something works, does that work well here? Paano kung all of a sudden nakalimutan mo yung sasabihin mo? Paano all of a sudden wala kang support because there is no one to support you? On the other side of the world, yung kausap mo eh. Engagement using as virtual visual aids can actually be able to help you. Pero like in my case, I am a textual person. Hindi ako graphical person. Mas naintindihan ko yung concept kung puro letra yan. The moment you present me with something graphical by nature, because of my well-being or my being, hindi ko nahihirapan ako. Kailangan ko makita yung words to be able to understand it. Not for other people. Yung iba, virtual siya or visual. Therefore, kailangan may break up goods later on to be able to find out, did you connect or not? Was there something missing? And of course, dapat meron din mga surveys, no? So that you're able to improve yourself. You must be prepared to receive criticisms. Kasi pwedeng mangyari yan because of the nature of your voice, crackling yung voice mo, kaya high pitch siya, pero parang nakakasira ng attention. No? And seeking inputs to keep participants engaged. So that sometimes you ask questions. Unfortunately, in a book review like this one, we don't have the time kasi maiksi lang to. Supposed to be running between 15 to 20 minutes max. Dapat matutulugan ka ng audience mo. Lalo pag mayroong masarap na pagkain sa harapan niya. Tapos being proactive here, sabi niya, proactively address potential issues as boredom. You realize that you have to be able to make sure that your voice sounds better virtually rather than in person. Kasi pag maganda yung damit mo, maganda yung arte mo, you're actually alive, nakikita nila yun eh. So meron ka additional benefits na pwede mong gamitin. Sa virtual meetings, leadership, wala yun. So madaling mabore yung tao. Ang focus lang niya, yung maliit na screen sa harapan niya, tsaka yung voice mo eh, no? Tapos meron kang possibly na merong lack of engagement. Simply because you cannot attend to everyone. One person at a time. In a public meeting, pwedeng nagtataasan ng kamay sabay. Nagsasalita ng sabay-sabay. And you're able to say, hold on for a while guys, one at a time. Pag ginawa yan sa virtual meetings, naloko na. Because they will be, you don't know how many people are speaking, hindi mo alam kung sino din nagsasalita, no? Pag face-to-face, alam mo kung sino nagsasalita. And you also have to plan for breaks. Unfortunately, that's not good in virtual. Pag nag-break time, kaya ibang meetings, wala nang break time tuloy-tuloy. Kasi pag nag-break, nawawala na yun eh. Pwedeng something will disrupt them, they have to pay attention to something else. Pagkatapos ng coffee or bread, nawawala na, they do not come back anymore. Mataas ang attrition rate dyan. Attrition rate. You have to also to be able to encourage yung participation of people. How do you do that so that meron kayong chat box? You ask for, guys, if you have questions, just put them there. And the reactions coming from you, you also put anything. That's disheartening to a speaker, especially if the leader of the team. Sa opisina, wala kang problema. Kasi you hold the pain for the people. You can ask them to be able to listen attentively, guys, because I will not repeat my statements again. If you do not follow what I'm saying, bahala kayo. You're going to be accountable for your action later on. You cannot say the same thing for people who actually are volunteers in your group, no? And finally, importante also is yung feedback mechanism. Importante po itong feedback mechanism so that you're able to address things. The good thing about virtual is pwede mo i-save yan. Like what Ryan's doing right now, nire-record niya. And you can play it back later on. Because the moment you start to implement this program to other parties, you realize, sandali, parang meron akong na-miss before. What do I do with this aspect? Then you can always go back to the teaching part. The other part is basically building trust and relationship. There you go. Importante yan. First and foremost, importante in a virtual meetings, meron kayong trust and relationship. If the person has been, the person for the first time, invite mo lang at wala kang relationship, mas madaling tumiwalag yan sa meeting. Pero pag matagal na kayo barkada, nahihiya sa'yo, iwanan ka eh. So mas madali yung relationship in that aspect, So you have to be able to invest time in fostering communications. Prior to meetings like this one, meron ka ng pasakali doon sa tao. I hope you'll be able to come today and improve and we can exchange those together. And finally, providing opportunities for team bonding. You have to be able to find time to bond with these people para makita mo basically where should I improve on. Why is it important in team bonding opportunities? Because right now, The young people, and basically is this issue. If you do not provide opportunities for virtual working, totoo po yan sa IT industry. You will only get the people who have no place else to go. Totoo po yan. I'm now talking as an HR person. So if you want to be able to improve your lot as far as your building a team is concerned, you must be able to get the people who are able to survive yung virtual training programs nyo. That's where your virtual skills come in handy. Or it could be a negative impact on you pag hindi mo siya masyadong kapisado. Problema yan, no? So that's the and creating a supportive virtual environment. Importante to. So therefore, dapat meron kang kasama doon sa team that will actually be able to pass on issues na pag you must be working in tandem. Especially if you're working with people na hindi masyadong magkakilala. Someone in the team na meron na kayong usapan. Brad, pag ang feeling mo, ang tingin mo, walang nagpagagawa lahat masyadong nagpa-participate, send me questions, mag-prepare ka na. Minsan nag-uusap na kayo kung anong question na itatanong so that you're able to put these things together. The last one in the Penny that Apple put together, sabi niya, this is the most important, the continuous learning program. Nobody understands this program in one sitting. Kailangan pag you go to the training program of virtual leadership, ina-apply, balik ka ulit sa program. Look at it again, apply mo ulit until it becomes second nature to you. Ang tawag yan, condition reflex. For as long as you're able to understand what the program is, maski na maiksi itong training program ito, and you apply it to another during a difficult time, you realize you understand it more than anything else. So, ang closing ni Penny, sinabi niya, as a leader in remote team environments, it's essential to embrace continuous learning and adaptability, especially with the age of AI. Nasanay sila na mabilis ang interactions. Pag nagtanong sila sa chat, GPT, they get quick reactions. Magaganda ang responses. They expect the same thing from you. Ang tingin nila sa'yo, robot. Kailangan mabilis ka magsagot. And also, sabi niya, learn from experiences. Seek feedback from team members. Kung team member ka, you must be able to be honest with the person that you're working with. Kasi para kayong working bodies eh. Tell the guys that basically, titos, ganito yung dapat. Make sure you don't stammer along the way. Kung English, English. Kung Tagalog, Tagalog. Pwede mo i-mix and match later on. Kasi nakaka-disrupt siya. Sometimes it works with people na combination yung normal conversation piece mo and you go into something heavy stuff. Pwede, no? It works with a lot of people. No? And sabi niya, continuously refine your virtual leadership skills. Again, it only works if you practice it. Hindi pwede siyang by theory lang. Babalikan natin siya, no? Your virtual leadership skills can be increased or it can be drastically decreasing over time, especially if you disappear from the limelight over a period of time. If you're able to expose yourself the way Ryan does it, na expose himself niya regularly, alam nila, even Ryan has not said anything else, alam niya na kung ano sasabihin ni Ryan. May next steps na eh. You can almost predict what's coming your way. That helps a lot in a training program. Let's take a look at the other aspect before we close this session today. Sabi niya, yung sa breakout room natin, importante ito, no? Try to be back on this one no, topic. Aside from the internet connection and distractions at home, anong biggest challenge mo when it comes to working with virtual teams? If you don't know what your challenges are, you'll never be able to solve anything. If you don't see it the way other people see it, you have a problem there. So ano ibig sabihin ni Penny doon? Ang sinasabi ni Penny, put yourself in the shoes of the listener. Are you satisfied with the way the message was delivered to you? Sinabi din ni Penny, hindi ko nalagay dito, perfection in English is immaterial. Yung condition, perfection is also immaterial. Ang importante is when you have built a relationship over time and people understand you because of who you are and what you represent, mas maganda yon. Kaya ang ginawa ni Ryan, binild up niya yung speaker right from the start. Parang preparation yun eh. Piniprepare niya yung tao, receptive kayo. Remember, this guy is blah, 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 blah. Importante din yun, no? So the next time you're going to work in a virtual meetings, as someone na ibida ka, meron kayong role-playing doon, binibida ka ng tao. So that by the time you actually speak, yung tao very receptive because nakilala ka bigla. If you're total stranger, problema yan. They will only listen to you if they understand you where you're coming from. I guess that's it, Ryan. Hopefully the people out there in this room is able to pick up a few things. No, if you need a copy of this one, just tell Ryan, and I will forward to you in PDF formatted PDF copy in this one, and you can take a look at it again. Anyway, it's libre naman yan for everyone, for all of you guys. So maraming salamat, and back to you, Ryan. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Titus. A lot of the things that you said actually make perfect sense, especially since we've been applying that in building our Syzygy community. And since the pandemic, we've from using Zoom to now using AI. It's amazing what we've been able to accomplish, but also what we can look forward to in maybe several years' time. Imagine being able to run a business internationally without borders, just from the comfort of your own and impacting many lives. But the critical factor, I think, that will never go away is the soft skills, like what you mentioned.
Yeah.
The need to build relationships, to build trust, to be able to connect with people, person to person, regardless of the time zone, regardless of culture and language. Alam natin yan. So thank you so much.
Nakalimutan ko sabihin, Ryan, basically is yung people buy you because of not the product, but because of you. Normal yan eh. Yung relationship is importante also. And I'm glad, I'm happy that CCG is able to, talaga na binibuild tayo on that aspect, you know? Relationship with people, practicing your skills, and basically, and magandang reception for everyone. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah. Technology isn't a shortcut. It's there to enhance the things that we already do. So when it comes to building relationships, we have to be smart about the choices we make. Lalo na when it's with people that we've only gotten to know through online. And it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yes. It's very easy.
Yeah. So thank you. I just want to check our chat. Does anyone have any questions for Titus or comments of their own? Yeah, Belinda says building relationships is really important. Yeah, absolutely agree with you, Belinda. At the end of the day, we're still humans. It's not AI talking to AI. So we need to all be in the same page. And sometimes that means being there to listen before we speak. Okay. Any other questions from our attendees before we go to the breakout rooms? Yeah, people are saying thank you, Titus.
You're most welcome, guys.
It's not every day that we get to pick the mind of somebody with so many decades of experience in IT and is also leading several big organizations. Siguro ako na lang, Titus, just one question for you based on your personal experience. I know you're the founding chairman of one association, and now you're the current president of another association. I'm sure your members are all over the country. So how do you actually get people together? How do you get your members to act? I'm assuming that you're all professionals. You're not the boss, although you are the president of your organization. So how do you influence people?
Isang big question lagi na dapat masagot is what's in it for me? Because that's the most important part eh. Hindi ako mag-aaksaya ng panahon or time just to be able to exchange thoughts with someone. Ang busy ang time ko, meron per orang bayad sa akin. Yun, madalas ko marinig sa IT guys yan eh. There must be something that that will be delivered, that will be beneficial for them. Otherwise, they will go to another, kasi marami associations, tama sinabi mo, Ryan, we're competing with so many associations, maraming meetings, sabay-sabay. Lately, in the last couple of weeks, nakatatlo ata akong face-to-face na conferences, and I have to shuttle from one location sa Makati. Magkatabing hotel, lumipat ako. Kumain ako sa kabila, nagmerienda ako sa kabila, balik ulit. Kasi wala akong choice eh. Pag pinagbigyan mo isa, yung kabila, hindi, away yan, samaan ng loob. So that basically has to do with the relationship, bottom line. Even if you don't do anything, bottom line talaga, tama si Ryan. Importante that there's a bond between you at your audience. That will make them stick longer. They will make you to listen to your words. At kung magkamali ka, kaya kang kanilang pagbigyan. Importante, you are going to make a mistake no matter what you do. So importante is that there's a connection between the two of you.
Yeah, I could imagine things can also get lost in translation because when you're working remotely, you don't have usually the body language. People don't know the context sometimes of what you're saying. Lalo na kung messages lang. So we have a second question. Medyo philosophical to, no? How come we can cry when watching a movie, but we cannot connect with people on an emotional level in Zoom?
Why
do you think?
There's the reason why people cry is they remind them of something in their life. Nakakonect siya doon eh. That must also be true. I did some sessions basically on Zoom when the audience actually cried.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes, all of it happened a couple of times simply because they didn't cry because of the technical items. They cried because of my background. I was forced to tell my story because I tell them where I'm coming from. Sinabi ko na galing ako sa public school. This is my life when I was young. Kasi sometimes, sir, problema namin kasi ganito. These are new guys actually trying to make something out of their career. The reason why I tell them that I came, when you look at my grades in high school and college, nothing fantastic. I came from a public school na ang English namin hindi magaling. So that was the issue there. And I realized the only way I can compete is to be able to put myself in a group of people who will actually, sabi nga nila, ito sinabi ko, nagkatawa na sila. Kung gusto mo maging gwapo, sumama ka na rin sa mga gwapo. And then that's the most important tumawa doon. Pag sinabi, but if you want to be able to relate with people, you must be able to shed a tear for someone. You must emote your emotions na yun. Fortunately, Ryan, I attend a drama class a long time ago. I have not told this to anyone. Kasama sa training namin sa opisina, attend a drama class. How do you make people, yung mga ganyan, yung tone ng voice, tinuro yung sa amin. And I took it as part of my career. I realized, sabi ng, titos, pwede ka pala maging artista eh. Sabi ko, wag lang silang titingin sa face ko. Makinig na lang sila sa boses. Tawa nang kami doon. But I came from a family of stage performers. Ang grandparents ko were there, on the mother's side and also on the father's side. Maybe doon ko nakuha yun anyway. Ang haba na sagot ko yan. But the important basically is to be able to connect emotionally with someone. And then you realize, if they feel what you feel, they will shed a tear. I felt so many times before. Thank you.
I did not know that side of you, Titus. May theatrical side ka pala.
I didn't know that
Performing arts.
Yeah, my family on both sides of sa grandparents ko on mother. My grandparents on the mother side came from Spain. Performing artists sila on stage. Yun ang kanilang the way they were making money.
I guess what connects with people is yung pag nagtell ng story ka, you tell a story. Yeah. And then they connect with the story and it reminds them of something in their past. Yeah. Or they put themselves in the story. Yeah.
Ang danger lang sa telling a story, you might lose track of everything. Dapat nako-connect mo yung dalawa. Ultimately, you have to go back to the Pag nagkwento ka ng personal, minsan nakakalimutan yung subject matter mo eh. So you must be able to go back to where you came from. Pinag-uusapan yung without after nakakapag-tell story ka pa rin pero nako-connect mo yung dalawa. That's a tough thing to do. Pero over time, you can actually practice it and become good at it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think another thing when you're communicating, when you're connecting with people online is to be very conscious of time.
Right.
In the real world, okay lang makipagkwentuhan, masarap makipagkwentuhan eh. You're eating together, you're having coffee. Pero there is something called Zoom burnout. And people experienced that during the lockdown.
Yeah.
After meeting.
Meron mga ibang tao na hindi nila alam how to close a sentence. Ang tingin mo, patapos na sila, meron na naman papasok na iba. Nasisira yung, kasi nasisira yung trending dun eh. That was me before. Until someone told, Titus, pag patapos ka, natapusin mo. Kasi nawawala nawawala yung momentum eh. So, the guys from PCS after told me, Titus, pag patapos na, tapos na. Para hindi ka, paano kundi, hindi, sandali, tapos ka na ba o hindi? Yung mga ganyan type. Anyway, it happens unintentionally with me.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Because if it's a discussion, everyone needs to have a chance to say something. If time is limited, tapos mahilig ka pa magkwento, you're eating up other people's time.
Correct.
Okay, thank you so much for all of those questions. Thank you, Titus, for this really meaty discussion. The nice thing is that this topic is also connected to what we're doing now, which is having a Zoom session. So just like what Tito said, we also want to be able to build relationships. So we're going to go into breakout rooms with your friends. Just accept the invitation and we'll be able to bring you to those rooms. But before I do that, I just want to promote. Sorry, let me just.
Meron pa sorry, may question para si chat pero hindi pa okay na. Hindi na sa group sa breakout room.
Yeah. I do want to promote that we will have a health talk on Sunday for our optimal health. Sorry, not optimal self, optimal health. A success story using our optimal health program with Arlene Ramos. Arlene is a diabetic patient, and she has a fantastic story to tell about how she was able to drastically improve her health and
get rid of insulin. Get rid of insulin.
Just by making smart choices, nutrition, lifestyle, and being coached by Dr. Rico Santos.
Yeah, actually, this is a good talk. I think we can put here disease reversal as a title. Kasi very well documented yung nangyari kay Arlene, and I was with her in the beginning when she was having all these problems. And I've seen her again last week na, wow, she got rid of the pain, she lost weight, she's not on insulin anymore. So she is in our personal group. It's a new group, and amazing. I connected with her through the health side, and I'm so happy that she's so happy. So watch her and listen to her story. I will be the one to introduce her, interview her. Okay, I think we need to edit the title a bit. Ryan, I gave you some ideas. Okay, see you in the breakout room. Thank you so much, Titus. Very important discussion, actually, really.